Welcome to the Human Design Festival.
Live in Sofia and online worldwide.
Hello, and welcome to the virtual space of the Human Design Element. My name is Lucretia, and together with my partner Veronica, excuse me, we are organizing the International Human Design Festival. So hello to you, Veronica.
Hello, and welcome to Richard Corbett, who is one of our next speakers with also very intriguing topic, but for now we're not gonna reveal it. Hi, nice to have you.
Hello, it's wonderful to be with you both. Thank you so much.
Hello as well from me, Richard.
Great to see you, Lucretia.
For those who don't know more about you, would you like to share something more about yourself, Richard?
Sure. Well, I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Well, I should share my human design. I am a 6'2", emotionally defined manifesting generator, and I'm on the left angle cross of healing. I have an open head ajna and an open ego center. Everything else is defined, a lot of definition. My channel of authority is the 59-6, the channel of mating, and that energy works its way up the channel of transitoriness, the 36-35. A lot of energy in there. I'm a Sagittarius rising, and I also have the channel of exploration. So I love adventure. I love travel, and I live out here in New Mexico because we have mountains with snow and skiing and rivers and forests. And so this is how I connect with not only myself, but also Mother Gaia while I'm out playing in her playground.
Love that.
And I know you probably, my history with human design, I was very fortunate living out here in New Mexico. Some of the viewers may know that after Ra Uru had the transmission from the voice, he started traveling the globe to share the human design system. One of his first stops was in Taos, New Mexico, just up the road from me. And so I didn't get to work with Ra, but I met one of his first students who's no longer with us, sadly, but his name was Ed Stanton. And so I met human design almost 30 years ago, and I've been working with it ever since. So it's pretty unique to be living in the nature out here in the Southwest of the United States and to have met human design back when there were so few people that had even heard of it. So I feel really grateful that human design has been part of my life for over half my life now.
Wow. Very nice.
Impressive.
And actually, where do you feel in your element? What is your element?
Well, for personally, as I was sharing, if I'm outside playing in nature with my friends, that's heaven on earth to me. But in human design world, my element is teaching. I have a very strong relationship with Chiron, one of the great healers and teachers of Greek mythology. Chiron does not get an activation in the body graph, but I'm also an astrologer. And my friend Chiron is conjunct my moon in my chart and directly opposite my sun. So he has a very prominent position. And so I have a very strong connection with the mythology of Chiron. And I feel that's why I love to teach so much. I teach at Human Design America, and I teach with Brandy at our business, emergebydesign.net. And when I was in my early days, there was so little support. And that's why I have such passion to teach and support the newcomers now. When I got into human design, there was no internet. All we had were cassette recordings of Ra's talks. And so it was quite a lonely world, those initial years of deconditioning, without having these beautiful conferences and workshops you can go to. We can get online just like this at any time and talk about human design. None of that existed back there. So I think that's a lot of the fire I have to be in these containers with you all, to offer the support of what's it like to sink into the wisdom of our bodies, using human design as a tool for perspective. I always say that human design is a body consciousness awareness tool. It helps me look into myself. It offers me prompts for reflection and contemplation that help me understand myself better and where I fit into this world.
Beautifully said. And Yet so many people would get stuck using the human design knowledge in their mind, and so many generators out there struggling of truly feeling and trusting, for example, the response mechanism. So my question to you is, I would like to ask you, what was for you, how was it for you when you first heard this concept about not using the mind for making a decision, and that we have completely different mechanism for making authentic decisions? Was it a shock to you, or it was something that you embraced easily?
Well, it was, to your question about the mind, it was mind blowing.
For sure.
I still remember my initial reading all those years ago, and to hear that my emotional chemistry was mine and not other people's. I'm emotionally defined. I had always assumed that I was responding to other people's elevation or decrease in emotion. So to hear that it was me was revelatory, including the fact that the mind is not so helpful with making decisions. That was all brand new to me at that time. But it immediately resonated and has every day since. And so having this knowledge and understanding about a defined emotional center has been the most important thing I've ever learned in my life. At first, it was difficult, right? To start to watch my wave, to become more aware of my body's feelings, to see the rise and the fall. But what a saving grace it's been to understand the emotional depth that I naturally carry, that I can help and offer and support others that come to me. To understand that when I'm in those deep, low ends, which they happen from time to time, to recognize that I'm simply becoming more aware, right? As I go through my wave, I'm collecting data points of awareness, and to realize that I don't have to react at inappropriate times. If I'm super excited, or if I'm super upset or angry or anxiety ridden, I recognize that I just need some more time. So I go out in that nature, I go play, I go for the hikes, allow those feelings to be in me, to be present to them, because as emotionally defined beings, the low end phases, when we go through the low end, that is half of the equation of my ultimate awareness. So being comfortable with not being overwhelmed by those feelings, recognizing that it's just information that my body is going through and processing, and allowing it to pass through allows those low ends I can be more relaxed. I don't have to feel like I need to change something externally to change how I feel on the inside. I just need to give myself nourishment and space and some self-love. And I know that as I move through time, I will understand what that awareness in the low end was sharing with me as I compare it to all the other data points as I go through my day. So I could talk about it, the solar plexus forever. I just love it. I appreciate it so much. And for those that are undefined, it's just as important as well, right? Because if you're defined solar plexus, that is your authority. If you're undefined solar plexus, that is the undefined center that you want to understand the most about. It's always the elephant in the room, the emotional chemistry, right? And so and also just to say that as we move into 2027, and we know that we will have the advent of a new species, the raves will begin to arrive. We are the transition point between the final human beings that have a motor in the solar plexus to the next phase or evolution where it will be a complete awareness center. So as humans, we're living in a unique time to be at the zenith of this particular center. And what that means for our relationships and how we are, the penultimate opportunity to be the example of how to coexist and stay regulated within this emotional chemistry.
Oh my God, I love what you're saying. And also, when you mentioned Gaia and being in nature and how important it is to you, I was thinking exactly about 2027. And with the change in the background frequency and with actually everything changing so quickly, nature, Mother Gaia, is the one thing which, okay, it can also surprise us, of course, but the stone can stay for thousands of years the same. And it just things happen more slowly there, and it's a point of security. Actually, yeah, somebody else was talking about Brandy was talking about security.
Oh, it provides us
But
for all
it's,
of us, right? To be in nature, whether it's just a grass yard or a jungle, whatever it is, we feel that connection. We are part of it. We are part of the same source. And I also love nature because nature lives within patterns, right? They
mm,
know where they are. That's why I became an astrologer as well, because I love to understand the patterns of nature, because we are part of nature. So we can find our place in the pattern and what is being asked of us during any particular season of life, just as nature does. You know, here where we are, it's turning fall, winter is creeping in, it's Scorpio season, right? So nature knows what to do. It sheds its leaves. It goes through a natural letting go process as it gets ready to go more into the earth to survive the winter. And so there's so many elements of nature that we can connect with. We relate to at a subatomic level. So it's very nourishing. And I think during these times, the world is speeding up, things are happening faster, and I do believe that we're just at the beginning of this. The tempo is going to increase. That's why it's so supportive for gatherings like you guys are putting on, where we can come together to support each other, to slow down into the natural rhythm of our body, right? To live from the inside out and not being out in front of ourselves, right? Getting caught up in the external. It's about coming inward right now as the tempo increases. So it's really about when we follow our authority and sink into our natural wisdom, we can relax into this, right? We can release the control, take our hands off the wheel, which I used to joke about all the time.
and that's what the festival is about, to meet with spirited or like-minded individuals, and in a safe space where you can truly shed the masks and that you might still be holding on to as the times of exercising. This is kind of at the, as you said, the pivotal point. So it's happening now.
Yes, and being able to do it together as we're sharing here is so supportive and so valuable, right? And when we do that, we're really raising our frequency, raising our voltage to withstand all of the external conditioning and increased tempo that we're experiencing right now. So it's a very self-nourishing and very healthy for us to be together, talking and sharing our experiences this way. So thank you guys both for all the efforts you're putting into this.
And neutrino travels fast, so we are in a way connected, yeah, also in the physical realm, so to say. Yeah.
Yes.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Richard, and I enjoyed everything that you shared. And one question kind of arose in my mind while I was listening to you. For so many years, you have been with the astrology and human design. So I wonder, you probably met people who consider astrology, human design, and the likes like something like, yeah, I'm not interested, this is not sufficient, or this is like some nonsense. So if you have met such people, and I wonder how would you talk about what you actually love doing with human design? Do you have an interesting way to share this information, why it may sound like something very strange or insufficient, but it's actually quite something of great value to all of us in these times?
Yeah, I think I understand what you're sharing there. It's, people that may not have heard of human design or aren't sure what it is. that what you're saying? Yeah. Well, people, and I think we can all agree, again, we've already alluded to it. We are living in amazing times in the world. And I think it's an exciting time to be here, but it is filled with pressure. We are under a lot of pressure. And so it's like we can taste the anxiety. You know, you go out into the market, you know, anywhere you go in town, you can almost feel this pressure. And so I think everyone is looking for something if they haven't found it already. And I have tried over my life, even while I've been with human design, many other modalities, but never one that was this simple, a tool that was this accessible. It's so easy in that sense. Now, it's a complicated system if you want to go really deep into it. But one of my favorite things about it is it's so simple at the surface. Type, strategy, and authority. Give it a try, right? It's something that's going to bring, it lowers my heart rate. It slows my breathing, helps me feel more of who I am, being comfortable, you know, being our natural state. Once we can be so conditioned to put on a fake face, right? To adjust ourselves to fit into the society of expectations, we forget what it actually feels like to be totally natural, totally authentic. And it's an incredible feeling. And this tool makes it so easy and accessible to experience that sensation.
Yes.
So thank
Loving
you.
it.
It's all together. Yeah, it's so great to hear so many different stories and perspectives and experiences on our personal journeys of self-exploration. So thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing actually little bit and pieces of wisdom here and there throughout the interview. I'm sure that our viewers will love it. So guys, if you like to connect further and hear more from Richard, we would love to have you join us during the days of the festival. The 30th of January till the 1st of February, and then the 2nd of February we have open mic and community day with lots of surprises. So we're waiting to see you there and share with us on all the fun, the joy, maybe the tears, who knows, whatever life brings, but we're gonna be together connecting. And people from all around the globe interested in human design, experimenting with it. You're really welcome to join. Would you like to? Yay.
You're invited, you are informed, and you have been asked.
And initiated if you're
And initiated, yes.
See you on the other side, guys. Bye for now.
Okay.
Would you like to join us?
And truly be in your element.